Hello, my name is Krishna Reddy. I am a Senior Solutions Architect here at AWS. In this video, I will be covering aggregation queries in OpenSearch. With aggregations, you can move beyond search to leverage OpenSearch's analytics engine to extract statistics from your data. From analyzing data in real time to creating visualization dashboards about your data, aggregations will provide opportunities to pull additional value from your OpenSearch data. There are three types of aggregations: metric, bucket, and pipeline aggregations. It is possible to have aggregations within aggregations. These are called nested or sub-aggregations. Since they produce simple results, metric aggregations cannot contain any nested aggregations, but can be used in nested bucket and pipeline aggregations. By default, aggregations on text fields are not supported, as it consumes memory and degrades cluster performance because of the need for text field tokenization. If you need to perform aggregations on a text field, we recommend storing a raw version of the text field as a keyword field that you will aggregate on. For the example aggregations I will be covering, I will be using the e-commerce orders and web logs sample datasets that are included in the OpenSearch installation. First up is metric aggregations. These allow you to complete simple calculations such as finding the min, max, or average values of a field. With metric aggregations, the aggregation can return a single value like sum or average, or multiple values like percentile and top hits. You can find the full list of metric aggregations in the OpenSearch documentation. In this video, I will show you examples for both single value and multi-value metric aggregations. The aggregation query follows a standard format in query DSL. You set the size value for the number of results from the query. If you're only interested in the aggregation, you would set the size to 0. The Agg section will contain all the aggregations that will be done in the query. Agg type specifies the type of aggregation. My first example is finding the average total price for orders in the e-commerce sample data. I have set the size to 0 as I am only concerned with the aggregation. I have given a meaningful name, as you can have multiple aggregations inside of a single query. I am taking the average of the taxable total price field. Once run, the aggregation response is similar to a search response. The content in the hits array will depend on what you set for the size in the aggregation policy. We set it to 0, so we do not see anything. Finally, we have the aggregation element, which has the value we queried for. In this example, you have a single value. Now, stats is a multi-value metric aggregation, which combines the results of 5 single value metrics into one response. As you can see, the request structure is the same as a single value metric, but the result will have 5 values, as you can see here. Next up is bucket aggregations. Bucket aggregations allow you to categorize sets of documents as buckets. Bucket aggregations can be useful to implement faceted navigation to help your users filter the results. Some of the bucket aggregations are filters, ranges, including IP and date ranges, and histograms. I will show you an example using an aggregation on the terms. The terms aggregation dynamically buckets a field by each unique value of the field. In this example, we will bucket the response code values found in the response.keyword field. Here we can add additional key size in the aggregation section. This value will control the number of buckets returned by the aggregation query. As you can see, the documents were grouped into 3 buckets by the different response codes. In this case, the response had fewer buckets than the size value. When that is not the case, sum_other_doc_count represents the number of documents that did not fall into the groupings displayed in the response. Sometimes you will need to combine metric and bucket aggregations to get more complex or nuanced results. In those cases, you will leverage pipeline aggregations to chain aggregations to obtain the desired result. With pipeline aggregations, you can compute complex measures like the moving average and cumulative sums. There are 2 types of pipeline aggregation: sibling and parent. Sibling aggregations take the output of a nested aggregation, to produce new buckets or aggregations at the same level, whereas parent aggregations take the output of the outer aggregation to generate new buckets or aggregations. Sibling aggregations must be metric aggregations. Example, average bucket or sum bucket. This sibling aggregation calculates the average number of bytes per month. The first layer is the creation of date histogram with 1 month intervals. Next, the sum aggregation calculates a sum for each month. And then finally, the last aggregation returns the average number of bytes per month. Here you can see the bucket aggregation group summing bytes per month, and then the aggregation which returns the average monthly bytes. Next, we can use bucket sort parent aggregations to sort buckets of a previous aggregation. This aggregation sorts the buckets of a date histogram aggregation based on the computed total sum values. We sort the buckets in descending order so that buckets with the highest number of bytes are returned first. Here you can see the same bucket aggregation as the last query, but they're in descending order by the number of total bytes. Aggregation queries are a powerful tool to gain new insights into your data. Thank you for watching our video about aggregation queries in OpenSearch. We have only covered a small number of the available queries. Please visit the OpenSearch documentation for a full list of aggregations available for use.